Morning. We'll all end the weekends quite a bit warmer than we start it, but then for most of us that won't be too difficult. A hard frost out there this morning. There's also some thick fog patches to contend with over parts of the Midlands, eastern and northern England, along with the Welsh Marches. Further west, it's not as cold as recent mornings. The start of the change. This bank of cloud is a weather front, making for a damp, drizzly start for Northern Ireland. Should get a bit brighter here through the day. That rain and drizzle with some snow mixed in over the hills, edging into western Scotland, but nothing too heavy, turning a bit damp across parts of North Wales, maybe Cumbria too. But a good chunk of England and Wales will stay dry. It'll be quite cloudy in the west, but for the Midlands and eastern England and northeast Scotland, we should hang on to some sunshine. But provided the fog clears, and for parts of the Midlands and eastern England, that fog won't clear. It's going to be patchy, but it is quite dense in places this morning, so something to be aware of before hitting the roads. And as I say, it may well last for much of the day where it has formed. And that means temperatures are going to struggle to get much above freezing where it's foggy. In the sunnier skies in the east, 2-3 degrees, so similar to the values we've had of late. But further west, temperatures are starting to tick up a little bit. We should get highs of 5 or 6 degrees Celsius. And the milder air will continue to slowly push in further as we go through the night. The cloud edging further in as well. That fog thickening up, though, for parts of eastern England, at least for a time overnight. And again, quite dense in places. The rain and drizzle tending to fizzle out. So most places will be dry as we start tomorrow. But overall, quite a lot of cloud across the UK. Temperatures will still dip where we've got some clearer skies, down below freezing over eastern parts of England in particular. Towns and cities well below freezing by first thing tomorrow morning. But further west, more places will stay above freezing overnight tonight as that milder air continues to very slowly push in. It'll still feel cold for much of tomorrow across the south. A little bit of light rain and drizzle is possible in this thicker zone of cloud. That tends to fizzle out through the day, but thickening cloud in the northwest. That will bring a bit more in the way of wet weather to western Scotland and the Western Isles, eventually to the Northern Isles. And we could see some at times over Northern Ireland. With this wet weather into Scotland, if it peps up later on, we could also see the snow melting pretty rapidly. And those two combining is something we need to watch here. The snow will be melting because temperatures are going to be high, and you can tell that by the wind direction. It is going to get quite windy in these western areas, particularly over northwest Scotland, but look at where the wind is coming from. It is trying to push that milder air in. By the end of the day, in parts of the west, we could be close to double digits, whereas still pretty chilly, despite some sunshine over the Midlands, southern and eastern England. 4 or 5 degrees. That is higher than today, but still below average. So still feeling pretty chilly. But the milder air will eventually arrive in all areas by the time we get into the new working week. But we do need to watch that wet weather coming in with the snow melts, something we'll be keeping an eye on. You can keep up to date yourself with the forecast. Best way to do that if you're watching this on YouTube, of course, is to hit subscribe. Thanks for watching.